Alexander Rhodes was leaving a charity gala on Christmas Eve when he heard the crying. Not a dog crying, the wailing of an infant, desperate and piercing through the falling snow. He turned toward the sound and saw a little boy, maybe 6 or 7 years old, sitting on a park bench. The boy wore a thin tan jacket and held a bundle wrapped in what looked like a blanket. The bundle was crying. Alexander approached cautiously. "Hey there, are you okay?" The boy looked up with tear-streaked cheeks. "Sir, please, my baby sister is freezing. I don't know what to do." Alexander knelt down and saw that the bundle was indeed a baby, maybe 3 or 4 months old, with a red face from crying, wrapped in a thin blanket completely inadequate for winter cold. "Where are your parents?" Alexander asked. "Mom's in the hospital. She got really sick. The ambulance took her yesterday. She told me to watch Emily until Grandma came, but Grandma never came. I waited at home, but it got cold because the heat stopped working. I came here because Mom said if we needed help, the church is close, but it's closed." The boy was crying harder. "Emily won't stop crying, and she's so cold." Alexander didn't hesitate. He took off his expensive wool coat and wrapped it around both children. "What's your name?" "Tommy. Tommy Chen. This is Emily." "Okay, Tommy, I'm Alexander. You did the right thing. Now I'm going to help you. First, let's get you somewhere warm." He called his driver. Then 911, explaining the situation to children alone. A sick mother somewhere in the hospital system. A baby exposed to dangerous cold. Alexander's driver arrived within minutes. Alexander carefully took Emily from Tommy and ushered both children into the warm car. "Tommy, when did Emily last eat?" "This morning. I gave her a bottle, but I ran out of formula." "David, we need to stop at a pharmacy that's open now." They found a 24-hour pharmacy. Alexander bought formula, diapers, baby supplies, and warmer clothes for both children. Back in the car, Alexander warmed a bottle. Emily drank hungrily, her crying finally stopping. Tommy watched with relieved tears. "Thank you. You're very brave, Tommy, taking care of your sister like this. Mom said I'm the man of the house when she's not there. I had to protect Emily." Alexander's penthouse. He got both children settled. He fed Emily, changed her diaper, wrapped her in warm blankets. He ordered food for Tommy, who ate like he hadn't had a proper meal in days. Police and child services arrived an hour later, located the mother Susan Chen, admitted to City General Hospital 2 days ago with severe pneumonia. She's been asking about her children, but was told they were with a neighbor. "What happens now?" Alexander asked. "Normally, the children would go into emergency foster care. No, these children have been through enough trauma. They're warm, fed, safe. Let them stay here tonight. Tomorrow, we can sort this out." After discussion and a background check, they agreed to let the children stay overnight with supervision. After everyone left, except one officer in the hallway, Alexander found himself in his guest room with 2 sleeping children in the bed. Emily in a makeshift crib. Alexander hadn't been around children in years. Now, watching these 2 who'd nearly frozen on a park bench, he felt something shift inside him. The next morning, Christmas Day, Alexander took Tommy and Emily to visit their mother. Susan Chen was weak but conscious. When she saw her children, she broke down crying. "Oh God, my babies. I'm so sorry." "It's okay, Mom," Tommy said. "This man helped us, Mr. Alexander." Susan looked at Alexander with tears streaming. "Thank you. I don't know how to thank you." For the next week, as Susan recovered, Alexander became more involved than he'd planned. He hired a lawyer to investigate the gaps in care. He paid hospital bills. He ensured the children had everything they needed. "Why are you doing all this?" Susan asked. "Because Tommy asked me to help, and I could. Because no child should have to keep their baby sister alive on a park bench on Christmas Eve." Alexander paused. "And because I've spent 10 years building a business. making more money than I could spend, coming home to an empty penthouse. Helping you is the first thing that's felt meaningful in years. Alexander offered Susan a job managing his property holdings, real work with real responsibilities, but flexible for childcare. He arranged for them to live in one of his buildings at fair rent. Over the following year, Alexander became a fixture in their lives. He taught Tommy chess and helped with homework. He was there when Emily took her first steps. "You know, people are talking," Susan said one evening, "about how much time you spend here. Let them talk. I care about you and your children. Alexander, when you found us, I was at my lowest. And you didn't just help, you stayed. Why? Because somewhere between wrapping my coat around two scared kids and watching Tommy protect his sister, I realized what I've been missing. Purpose, family, love." Alexander took her hand. "Susan, I love you. I love Tommy and Emily. I want to be part of this family. You're a billionaire. I'm a widow, working in property management. We were from different worlds. Then we met on a snowy park bench on Christmas Eve, and our worlds became the same." 2 years later, Alexander proposed in the same park. Both children stood beside him as he asked Susan to marry him at their wedding. Tommy gave a toast. "Mr. Alexander found me and Emily when we were freezing and scared. He wrapped us in his coat and took us home. But he didn't just save us that night. He saved us every day after by becoming our family. Sometimes a cry in the snow changes everything. Sometimes the little boy protecting his baby sister leads you to your family. And sometimes the best Christmas present is the family waiting on a bench in the snow for someone to care enough to stop." If this story touched your heart, please like and share it. Subscribe for more stories about compassion and unexpected families. Leave a comment about when helping someone changed your life. Your stories inspire us all.